The Flowers School, written by Rabindranath Tagore. When storm clouds rumble in the sky and June showers come down, the moist east wind comes marching over the heath to blow its bagpipes among the bamboos. Then crowds of flowers come out of a sudden from nobody knows where and dance upon the grass in wild glee. Mother, I really think the flowers go to school underground. They do their lessons with doors shut, and if they want to come out to play before it is time, their master makes them stand in a corner. When the rain comes, they have their holidays. Branches clash together in the forest, and the leaves rustle in the wild wind. The thunder clouds clap their giant hands, and the flower children rush out in dresses of pink and yellow and white. Do you know, Mother? Their home is in the sky, where the stars are. Haven't you seen how eager they are to get there? Don't you know why they are in such a hurry? Of course, I can guess to whom they raise their arms. They have their mother as I have my own. This poem, The Flower School, was written by Rabindranath Tagore, who was a famous Bengali writer and was famous for his contributions in the field of art and music. When it came to literature, he was the first Asian to get a Nobel Prize for his collection of poems called Gitanjali. Now, in this poem, he has gone down to the level of a child. He has written the poem according to the imagination of how a child would think. The poem begins in which the speaker, who is a boy just like you, is excited about watching the rainy season. He notices something which wasn't there before. And what was that? He saw some small flowers everywhere on the ground blooming. He suddenly started thinking, where were these flowers all through the year? Then he imagines to himself and says, maybe these flowers were in school. They were strictly made to study in a school underground and they were not allowed to play. And as soon as the rain came, maybe it is holiday time and that is why all the flowers have come out to enjoy their holidays. You could see the flowers moving along the wind and you could see how happy they were. And then he tells his mother, he's talking to his mother and he says, maybe mummy, these flowers also need the love of a mother. Now let me read the first sentence and explain it to you. When storm clouds rumble in the sky and June showers come down. When storm clouds, when you say storm clouds, it is when it is about to rain. There's always a change in the clouds. The color of the clouds turn grey. So that is called as storm clouds. The storm clouds rumble in the sky. Rumble in the sky means you will hear the sound of lightning and thunder in the sky. And June showers come down. At that time, it will be the month of June when the rainy season begins. The moist east wind comes marching over the heath to blow its bagpipes among the bamboos. When it is rainy season, winds start blowing from the east and it carries moisture. When you say moist east winds, meaning it carries winds that are filled with vapor in it, water vapor in it. So it blows from the east carrying the moist winds and then comes marching over the heath. That means it blows across a wide area which is open and there is wild grass and other plants. It moves through those areas, then goes and moves through the bamboo trees. Now as it is moving through the bamboo trees, you have Rabindranath Tagore saying that it sounds like the bagpipes. Bagpipe is an instrument through which man blows through those pipes and sounds come out of the pipes. The same way the wind blows through these bamboo trees and you can hear the sound of the wind. You have heard a whistling sound of the wind. The whistling sound of the wind is something like ooh. So those sounds can be heard in the wind when it blows through the bamboo trees. Then crowds of flowers come out of a sudden from nobody knows where and dance upon the grass in wild glee. When the flowers hear the whistling sound of the wind, they suddenly appear on that open ground through which the wind passed and went and start dancing with the wind. Looking at this, the child is so surprised to see the sudden appearance of the flowers in different colors. Now, this scene is compared to the children when the school bell rings, marking the end of school hours. The children are so filled with happiness that they come rushing out. Here, the sound of bagpipes is the school bell ringing. The crowds of flowers coming out in a rush is the rush of children out of school filled with happiness. At that time, this child gets an idea and says, "Maybe, mother, I think these flowers must be having a school underground. They do their lessons with doors shut, and if they want to come out to play before it is time, their master makes them stand in a corner." So he imagines that the flowers have a school underground and that they have a strict master who is not allowing them to go out to play. And if any of the flowers asks permission, if they could go out to play earlier than that time, they are made as a sign of punishment to stand in the corner. This is again compared to how you behave how treatment is given to you in the class under a strict master. When the rains come, they have their holidays. The child begins imagining and says, maybe it is when it is rainy season, it is holiday time for the flowers. Branches clash together in the forest, and the leaves rustle in the wind, in the wild wind. The thunder clouds clap their giant hands, and the flower children rush out in dresses of pink and yellow and white. Now they said branches clash together in the forest. When it is rainy season, you can find the branches dashing against each other, because in the forest you'll find many trees, so they'll be clashing or dashing against each other. And the leaves rustle in the wild wind. The leaves rustle in the wild wind. The leaves, you can hear the sound of the leaves making a sound when the wind blows. The thunder clouds clap their giant hands. He has compared the thunder as sounds of giants clapping their hands. You don't know the sound of thunder. Sometimes you get scared when you hear the sound of thunder. Here the poet has said the sound of thunder is like giants clapping their hands. And the flower children rush out in dresses of pink and yellow and white. In spite of all these things happening, you find that the flowers are so happy that it is holiday time for them. So they all just come out in different colors, pink, yellow and white. Do you know, mother, their home is in the sky where the stars are. The imagination of the child grows so much, is so creative that he says, Mummy, the house of the child is in the sky. Their school is down below underground, but their house is in the sky. Haven't you seen how eager they are to get there? He tells his mother, look at them, how eagerly they are waiting to go to their home. Don't you know why they are in such a hurry? So he says, see how eagerly they are waiting to go home. This is compared again to you. When the school bell rings, the sound that is heard, and you suddenly run and want to be in the arms of your parents. So you run out of school happily to meet your parents. The same way, the flowers are eager to go to their home where they can meet their mother. Of course, I can guess to whom they raise their arms. They have their mother, as I have my own. So the speaker says that I know that these flowers too have a mother, and they want to go to their mother, which is in the sky. Just like how I have my mother, the same way these flowers too have their mother. I'm sure you understood everything that I've told you. Go through the poem and see if you can understand it again. I've sent the notes along with this. Make sure that you write and complete the notes neatly.